Hi, Mike Sears here. When you were growing up, did you ever think that your mother had superpowers? Well, me and my foster brothers were almost convinced. This is my story number 2. And it's when I was a little kid, living at Ruhamah, a home for boys, run by my parents. People would often ask my mum, how do you cope caring for 12 boys? And she would say, it's easy. I just use bigger pots. And I also follow a routine. That's right, life at Ruhamah followed a routine. On weekdays, for example, in the afternoon, we'd come home from school. Mum would greet us at the home gate and give us each a hug. We would then go into the kitchen and we'd get a big slab of bread covered in honey or jam or Vegemite or peanut butter. That was our afternoon tea. And then we'd go out into the backyard to play while Mum went to prepare the dinner. She'd normally sing away. She loved to sing until she interrupted our play by ringing a bell, and that meant it was bath time. Now the bathroom was out the back. It adjoined the veranda, and so the routine was that we'd run from the backyard into the bathroom to have our baths and our showers, the bigger boys supervising the younger ones. And as each boy got washed and got out of the bath or the shower, he would wrap a towel around his middle, he'd run out into the veranda, then into the kitchen where Mum was cooking at the stove with her back turned towards you. And you'd race in, you'd stand to attention and say, Mum, ready for inspection. And this is where the mystery was that we thought might be her superpower. Now Mum would have her back to you and she'd be singing a hymn like, to God be the glory, great things he had done. She wasn't a very good singer. And when you came in and she heard you, she'd just give you a glance, a really quick glance, like that. And then she would declare, good, you're nice and clean. Go and put your pajamas on. Or she'd say, disgusting, revolting, go back and wash properly. How did she do it? Now we had visited other families and we had seen how their mothers checked over their kids. They would look through their hair, they would examine behind their ears, they would check their fingernails. But our Mum, just one quick glance and then her verdict. How did she do it? Well, one of my brothers said, maybe she just guesses. So we decided to plan a test. That next afternoon at bath time, the first boy we got ready, we didn't even wash him. We just got him to put a towel around his middle and to run in and say, ready for inspection, Mum. Disgusting, revolting, go back and wash properly. So the next boy, we scrubbed him, we washed him so he was red raw. He went in, ready for inspection, Mum. Fantastic, you're very clean. Go in and put your pajamas on. The next boy, we decided we only wash half of him. That's right, right down the middle. We said to him, when you go in, just stand with your washed side towards Mum. Disgusting, revolting, go back and wash properly. She got a perfect score. How did she do it? We decided we'd ask her at the dinner table. So that night, at the dinner table, we asked her, "Mum, how do you do it?" "Oh, it's simple," she said. "A little bird tells me." "No," we said, "there's no little bird. Tell us the truth." She said, "Well, I know. I've got eyes in the back of my head." "No, you haven't, Mum. Please, please, tell us the truth." "Okay," she said. "It really is quite simple. You see, I know that if a young boy washes himself properly, he'll have a shiny nose. So I just glance over my shoulder and look at your nose. If I can see the kitchen light reflected in your nose, I know that you've done a good job." Now, my mum never missed an opportunity to give us a lesson. And so she said to us, "It's really just like how God looks at us." "What?" said Darren. "God looks at our noses?" Rennie, my other brother, said, "That's why you've got to keep your nose clean." My brother Peter, who was always a bit of a joker, said, "Don't you guys know? Only God can pick your nose." "Ew." "No," Mum said. "It's just that when God looks at us, he only looks at one thing. He looks at our hearts to see if we've got Jesus. He doesn't look at at how many times we've been naughty at school. He doesn't look to see how many times we've gone to church. He just looks to see if we've got Jesus in our hearts. That's why I want all you boys to invite Jesus into your hearts and make him the boss of your life." Well, we decided to give Mum another test. So the next day, we all did, all us 12 boys, we just washed our noses. We scrubbed them very clean so they shone. And that night at the dinner table, Mum looked at us and she did that double take. And she said, "Disgusting! Revolting! Go back and get washed properly."